On this edition of Total OS, today I will be doing a video that everybody has been waiting for. Well, almost everybody. Okay, maybe two people. It is my video response to the TOSGUI Tech Show's the top 6 disadvantages of Linux, or why Linux sucks. Before I begin, let me just say a few things. I had thought about doing a video on the disadvantages of Linux or why Linux sucks, but I decided against it because if I did do such a video, would anybody believe me, since I am primarily a Windows user? Number two, thank you to Aussie Tim, for your informative videos, and you are actually one of the reasons why I decided to give Linux a go again. I tried Ubuntu 4-5 years ago, version 6. At the time I recalled it was pretty fast, much faster than Windows, but not as user-friendly. Things have changed, with the new version of Ubuntu and Linux Mint and Zorin OS 3, which I am using now. So thank you, Tim, for helping me see the light and that there is an alternative to Windows. The last thing I want to say before I begin, all things considered, and I mean all things considered, the operating system, the bugs, the software, I still think that Windows kicks Linux's ass. Now, please refer all your Windows hate comments to the TOSGUI Tech Show and Aussie Tim. Just kidding, Tim. Okay, let's get started. Number one, according to Aussie Tim, the number one disadvantage of Linux is the community of users. The sane versus the insane, or the bogans. I guess bogans are rednecks in Australia. And the new breed of Linux users. I guess you've had issues with a certain percentage of community users, 10 to 40%. I guess I'm considered the new breed of Linux since I decided to give it a go. Apparently, the high percentage of the users that you've had to block are users of your mortal enemy. I have no idea who your mortal enemy is. On this point, I don't know if I should disagree on the issue of community of users. I just don't have, Tim, the vast knowledge or experience, at least of Linux, as much experience as you do. Let me just say this. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I no longer live in New York, but I remember as a kid growing up, there was a lot of name calling going around. I didn't like it. It was uncool. It was major uncool then, and it is now. I completely understand your frustration with the Linux community and some of the users that you've had to block, I guess because of their hateful comments. I do not tolerate any form of hateful comments whatsoever, so I do understand where you're coming from. But the name calling, well, I hope you understand, Tim, but like I said, I completely understand where you are coming from, and we're still cool. Number two on your list was the Fedora Red Hat distributions, disgusting and revolting. I'm not sure how to qualify an OS as disgusting. I do remember trying Fedora one time and I didn't like it. And I guess Fedora and Red Hat have contributed to the disunification of Linux. I definitely believe that there has to be some form of standardization of quality of Linux OSs for Linux to have any kind of chance going mainstream as a viable alternative to Windows. In one of my videos, I think it was why the market has rejected Linux, one of the reasons is that there has to be some form of unification or standardization of quality to make sure that Linux can work out of the box just like Windows for the average mom and pop Windows user. Number 3 on your list, I guess you've had major issues with the sound or sound server issues with screencasting. Your videos, I guess, have become disjointed. You know, the last couple months, I knew something was up with your videos. I would watch your videos, and I kept telling to myself, why is he bored? Why does he look angry? Why are the videos not quite there? And now I know why. You don't know how many times I wanted to say, Tim, slow down, you're going way too fast. I need to go back and replay the video to learn something. Now this is like, from the perspective of a Windows user like myself. But now I completely understand why you've had issues. Screencasting in Linux, even though I am doing the screencast in Linux, I just wanted to try it out in Zorin OS 3, but it is much, much easier doing it in Windows. I totally agree on that issue. Okay. Number 4, issues with the graphics and the Zorg system and HD videos. I guess my so-called trolling on the osgui.com, my question on why HD videos suck in Linux, I guess triggered a reaction in you. I'm assuming to do this video, I guess. I cannot play HD videos on Linux, period. Windows is not an issue whatsoever. Now, I know, if I bought a dual-core system, that may solve the issue. But right now, I do not do any kind of gaming on my computer, whether it be Linux or Windows, so I really have no need at this time for a dual-core system. And besides, in Windows, single-core systems play HD videos just fine, at least in 720p. Linux, I cannot, and I guess it's something to do with the efficiency or the bandwidth being better in Windows than it is in Linux. So, on that issue, I agree completely. Number 5, bug regression. What used to work in previous OSs no longer works now. Yes, yes, yes. For Linux to go mainstream, it has to be bug-free. Let me say this, Windows 7 from the beginning up to now has been bug-free. Whether your viewers or my viewers out there may agree with that or not, it has been the truth, at least for me. Putting aside the issues of, viruses and spyware, which Linux definitely has an advantage. But let's assume that viruses and spyware was not an issue. Windows 7 rocks. By the way, I heard a rumor that the vast majority of Windows viruses or hacks are written by Linux hackers. So why would Linux users want to hack themselves? Tim, if you can send me a personal message, maybe you can give me some input on that, because I find that very amusing and very fascinating. Okay, where was I? That was number 5. Number 6 on why Linux sucks is the poor commercial support versus the free support. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I personally have no issues with you having ads on your website or on your YouTube channel, Tim. I thank you for having the support channel on osgui.com for free. I think it's a great idea. I definitely have no issues with it whatsoever. So on the 6th issue, I would have to agree with that on the issue of poor commercial support. The last thing I wanted to say, I guess you've had a certain segment of viewers or a certain segment of society who do not agree with your personal lifestyle. Uh, Let me just say this. As a kid growing up in New York, I had a childhood hero. He goes by the name of Bruce Lee. And if you don't know who Bruce Lee is, look it up. But uh, I have his books, love his movies, and I remember him saying one time that the human being always comes first. Now he was saying this in relation to the martial arts and stuff like that. But the human being always comes first, meaning that the quality of a human being's life should be judged by what he contributes to society. And in this case, Tim, you are contributing to the Linux community and to people like me who are at least trying an alternative to Windows, such as Ubuntu or Linux Mint or Zorin OS 3. So I'm sorry you've had the comments or the issues pertaining to your personal lifestyle. It is 100% totally wrong, and I would not tolerate it either. Okay, well at this point I think that's all I have to say about Linux and the top 6 advantages, top 6 disadvantages of Linux, or why Linux sucks. I understand, Tim, you will be doing a video on why Windows sucks. I'm waiting for it, and you can betcha I will be doing a video response to that. So please be fair on why Windows sucks. Although I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say, but that's cool. Hey, that's cool. We're cool. Thank you for the videos. Keep in touch. And I guess that concludes this, special edition screencast of Total OS Today. Thank you for watching. Ciao.